Good morning, I've just stepped off the coach from Tallinn and I've arrived in Estonia's second largest city, Tartu. It's taken me about 2.5 hours to get here using a Lux Express bus that costs €6, which I didn't think was too bad. It's even better going back. I've got a bus booked for 8 PM tonight. It's going to cost me €3 to get back to Tallinn, but that means I've got about 8 hours here in the city. So I'm going to go and do some exploring and some sightseeing of some of the key landmarks that should be in that direction. Let's go. So, as you've just seen, I'm walking by the river that runs through the city, and my aim is to get to the market square. By the way, I'm about 30 miles from the Russian border. I was fixing to go to another smaller town on my travels here that is right on the Russian border, but I'm not going to get to that one because I'm not going to have enough days. I kind of wish now that I'd have booked maybe a couple of extra days here to do a little bit more exploring outside of Tallinn. But in any event, I am going to walk just a little bit further up here, cross the bridge, and then head into the market square. So I just crossed the bridge and I'm on the other side of the river. This looks like some kind of floating bar or restaurant. It's closed now, but when it warms up, I would imagine it's quite a popular venue. When I say when it warms up, it is 15 degrees out here today. It's the middle of May, but there is a real chill to the air, and so you're going to need a kind of t-shirt and a coat, or a t-shirt and a jumper on most of the time. The sun does get you though. I don't know if you could see, my face got a little bit of sunburn yesterday. I didn't get my jumper off. I didn't really feel the sun penetrating, but it did, and a little bit pinky today, so I've put the old suntan lotion on. I'm now just entering the town square. Little picture frame there that you can set your photos up through. First building of interest is this building on the right here, the Pisa Tower of Tartu. It is leaning quite heavily on one side, as you can see, and the reason is it has two different types of foundation. On the right side, it's actually resting on the old medieval city wall, and on the left side, it's resting on a bed of pylons, hence why it is tilting so much. It was previously a house that was lived in by Princess Berkeley, and at one time or another it became a pharmacy. It's now an art museum. And ahead of me is the City Hall, which was the third attempt of building a city hall back in the 1780s. It used to, there we go, you can see it. It used to hold the city council, a weigh house and a prison. These days it just holds part of the city council. You'll also find government functions take place from the building, and also the tourist information centre, which is where I got all my maps from. I'm now standing in front of the very well decorated City Hall, and in front of it is a fountain from the 1950s and a sculpture from 1998 called the Kissing Students. This is the central meeting place. This is where everybody meets up if they're coming into the city. 1/5 of the population in the city are students. I'm now just walking by the University of Tartu. This is the oldest and most renowned university in the country. First opened in 1632, and these days educates around about 14,000 university students. I am now climbing the hill. I'm past the university, as you saw. I think these might be the grounds of the university or a local park, but I'm heading up to have a look at the cathedral, which is, I believe, at the top of the hill. So I'm in the park just outside of the city centre, and I'm right close to the cathedral. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is take a look inside the cathedral, and then I think explore this park area a bit more. It's really nice. As you can see from the seating area, there is lots of places to relax and chill out, which is exactly what I need after yesterday's busy day in Tallinn. Outside of the cathedral is a monument to Christian Peterson, who was an Estonian poet. Born in 1801, attended Tartu University, sadly died when he was 21 years old. I've made it to the top of the hill, and I was expecting to see this grand cathedral sitting on top of the hill overlooking the city, but instead what I've got is the ruins of a cathedral that was constructed in the 13th century, damaged during the Livonian War, and then destroyed mostly in the 1600s by a fire. There's the building itself, as I was just saying, devastated by fire in the 1600s. Now you can just walk right through it, which is what I'm going to do. Made of brick in its almost entirety now. The roof has completely gone. Everything that was inside is gone, but it is now just a shell from the past. So for €6 you can access what was, I believe, formerly a bell tower of the cathedral, and also the museum of the university, which is attached to the side. So that's what I've done. I'm now heading to the top. What I didn't realise when I first came in here was that this is part of the massive university complex. There are grain stores, water towers, hospitals, and this cathedral that all serve the university, or did once upon a time. I seem to be standing right above the altar now, on this makeshift wooden platform that they've put in place, and you can access the north tower that way, or round here the south tower. So I think I'm going to start with seeing if I can get up to the south tower. This is pretty exciting. I've never been a massive fan of heights, but I thought I'd give it a go. Here we go. I think I am at the top. Yes indeed. Goodness, it's a lot better shape up here than it is down there. Some pretty good views as well. There's some city names on the top of the tower here. Tallinn, 164 kilometers in that direction. That's where I came from this morning. That's where I'm going back to later today. We've also got Narva in that direction, 139 kilometers. That's where I wanted to go. If I had another day out here in Estonia, that's where I would go. It's on the Russian border. And then in this direction, I'll get out the way. I think that's Moscow, 719 kilometers in that direction. Russia, the Russian border, is about 50 kilometers in that direction. So not too far at all. And then finally, in this direction, I think that is Riga in Latvia. The Latvian border is about 120 kilometers in that direction. now walking back towards the market square, and I'm still in the university campus, and I'm just passing the Anatomical Theatre, which was built between 1803 and 1805. Inside is an amphitheatre like lecture hall. The building is very distinctive. It has this huge neoclassical dome on top. I'm here. This is the old observatory. Hopefully if I get round the front there'll be some signs telling me a little bit more about it. I just tried the door, unfortunately it is closed. But this is the observatory itself. There we go. With the Estonian flag flying on top. My plan now is to head back into the market square and then get something to eat and maybe have a look around the botanical garden after that before catching my bus back to Tallinn at 8 PM tonight. It has been a really good day. I've enjoyed it very much. I'm glad I came. But also I'm excited to get back to Tallinn because tomorrow, my last full day, I'm hoping to do a communism tour. Should be good.